just want to introduce you really quickly. This is Representative Elizabeth Campos from Bexar County. She's a wonderful representative, and it's an honor to work with her, and so we're super excited to interview her today. So the first question we want to see is, how do you begin to see yourself from voting as a citizen to voting and being a representative?
Well, I mean, as we all know, voting is extremely important. We have to do it. So regardless, whether a state rep or not, I've always voted and I will always continue to vote. And I think it's really important that you vote on the issues that you believe in and that you are strong about. And it's just really important that voting, people don't realize, it's our democracy and we can't let that be taken away, and voting is our voice. So we have to continue to vote.
Definitely. How do you use your career to uplift families in Texas?
So previously before I got elected, I was a chief of staff for a state senator and also a state rep before he became a senator. And we did a lot of work at the district. So we were able and then in the bills that he passed, we worked a lot with Child Protective Services. And so we made some huge changes with children. He was the founder of the Blue Ribbon Task Force in San Antonio, Texas, that he led, and I helped him create that. So I just think, being a state rep is really good when you can make a difference in your district, because that's what we're supposed to do. You're supposed to serve, right? You work for the people because they vote you in, and so you can't ever forget that. So I'm really happy to be here because I have a passion for homelessness. I have a passion for children and for seniors, and so I'm really grateful that being a legislator, I've been able to pass some good legislation. But more than that, I'm able to work in the community and make a difference for the people in need, so I open myself up and I want to work with whoever I can within the local government, because there's so many services out there. So people come to me that need help with their electricity bill. I have women that come because they need help with the child support. People that are homeless. So I collaborate with the organizations and I make sure that constituents are my priority, and we just help them to the best of our ability, in addition to passing good legislation. So I work in the interim with the constituents to figure out what their needs are, and then I come to session and I create legislation that's for the betterment of my community and for all Texans.
Yeah, that's awesome. This kind of goes right into the next question of how has being a member of your community, I know you've lived in your district for a long time, helped you advocate for it here?
So I've lived in my district now 53 years. I literally I live across the street from where I was raised. So I know that district inside and out, and I know the struggles that the people go through. So again, going back to being a voice for my constituents. Recently, as you know, the dog bill that came before public health that I'm trying to pass because of the issues that we have in San Antonio with dogs that, are loose and that are hurting people. And I'm a dog lover. I've got 3 German Shepherds and very proud of it, but I'm a responsible dog owner. And I feel bad when dogs get euthanized, and I feel bad when dogs get trained to be mean and then they get euthanized because the owners have trained them to be mean. That's not why you should have a pet. You can't have a pet as a weapon, right? You have to have a pet that you can love, and because they love you unconditionally, and they are a product of you.
Yeah.
So that's just one of the things one of the bills that I'm really proud of and hoping to push. So yeah, I just really like giving back to my district, and I think as a legislator you can do a lot.
Still kind of talking about your community. Have you always known that you wanted to serve your community? And has that always been important to you your whole life?
I always kind of did it because I started working with attorneys at a really young age. At the age of 16, I was working with lawyers. And so working with lawyers, you kind of give back because people that come to you, they need help. Whether it's if you're, you have individuals that have that they're in a criminal issue, whatever it may be, and then you have other people that have probate issues. Then you have people that are in divorces, and then you have civil law cases. So people always come to you with issues because they need help. So I guess I've always been in that environment of helping people. And then of course my parents were very giving. So back in the day, My parents lived near some train tracks, and there was homeless individuals that would use the train to travel back and forth. And so some of them would jump off the train and practically in our backyard, and so my mom would feed them, you know. So I think I was kind of raised that way to help, and so it's a real honor to be able to serve and help people. Working up here in Austin at the Capitol is so different than working in the district, and you have to be really open-minded and balanced and fair, and know that you're not always going to agree on everything, but rather than to fight with one another just because they don't agree with you or you don't agree with them, you have to know that at the end of the day you're going to work again together, so you shouldn't burn bridges. And if they're not on your side, that's okay, because next time they might be. And so it's all about building good relationships at the Capitol, not burning any bridges. And again, when you can work with everyone, then you can take back to your district.
Why do you think it's important for young adults to be engaged in politics?
Oh, I think it's amazing, because I think that just working here at the Capitol can change your life, because it really opens your eyes as to what's really going on, because so many people don't understand what we go through. They don't understand the legislation process and what it takes to get a bill passed. So I think that you can just learn so much and start your career. As you've seen, not just the legislators do a lot, but the lobby does a lot. The organizations that come to visit us do a lot, and we all work together because everybody's trying to do the best that they can with what they believe in. And so everybody serves a purpose, and that's why it's really good to be open-minded with everyone and not ignore anyone, because everybody's just trying to do the right thing.